Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of Delving with Devin. So, this week we're going to be taking a step back from Modern. We're going to be trying out a different Eternal format, Frontier. As of right now, it's just a casual format, kind of a grassroots format. People aren't happy with Standard or whatever the reason is, so people kind of cooked up this format. So, just in case you're not entirely sure what it is, it's basically every set from Magic Origins forward is legal, and as of right now, there is no banned or restricted cards in the format. So basically, anything is fair game from Origins onward. So basically, why is this format good? Why is it playable? Why are people interested? It's basically like a beefed up standard format. A lot of the decks that are seeing play right now are the old standard decks that have like a lot of improvements from the other blocks. And from modern perspective, why could this format be seen as better than modern? Maybe is it's not quite as degenerate, so it's kind of a more mid-rangey feel, while you still get to play with some powerful cards. So I'm not saying which format is better, but they both have all the formats have things that are good, things that are bad, and we're going to try Frontier today, and we're going to see just how fun can this format be. So another thing that I've kind of noticed is a lot of websites have a lot of articles on Frontier right now, but no website, to my knowledge, has posted any actual gameplay or videos. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that on Moto it's not really a supported format yet. So what I'm going to be doing here is taking a deck. We're going to be playing it through the freeform leagues, or sorry, freeform games, where it's basically not for any prizes, but it's just to kind of get a feel for the decks, feel for the format, and get some games in here. So that being said, let's go over the list that we're going to be running today. We're going to be running Jeskai Flies or Jeskai Flyers, whatever you want to call it. So starting with the mana base over here, we got 4 fetches with 6 targets, 2 islands, 2 plains, 2 prairie streams. Moving over here, we got a ton of untapped multi-lands. So we got 4 Inspiring Vantages, 4 Spire Bluff Canals, 2 Battlefield Forges, and 2 Sheevan Reefs. So we've got lots of untapped lands, which is great because we're pretty aggressive with our deck here. Going over to the 1-drops, Thraben Inspector, Standard All-Star. Let's see how good he is in Frontier. Muslim Wanderer, so this is another good, it's just a 1/1 flyer, can get in. You can counter some spells. It can also crew our Copter, which is relevant. So 2-drops, like I mentioned, we got the Copter. This is one of the few cards in the last 5 years that has actually been banned in Standard. So it's just too good for Standard, can't handle it. Let's see if it can make an impact here in Frontier. We got Selfless Spirit, another solid card. It can protect your team from wrath effects. It can protect your Copter. It can protect your Spell Queller that we'll get to in a moment. So another just a solid card. It goes with the flying theme as well. So we got Spell Queller. Again, flies, which is kind of the theme of the deck, just evasion, getting in, tempoing out the opponent, countering their spells. And yeah, just a good card. We've got Reflector Mage. So another thing that kind of drew me to this deck was in the last 5 years, only 3 cards have been banned in Standard, and this list gets to run 8 of the 3, or sorry, 8 copies of those cards. So Reflector Mage, it's too good for Standard, can handle it. Let's see how good it is in Frontier today. And then we've got Mantis Rider. When this bad boy was legal in Standard, it was making a big impact. And 3 flying, vigilance, haste. What more can be said? Very aggressive card. We've got 4 Jeskai Charms. So this is a good tempo card. It can put a creature on top of their deck. It can close out the game by dealing 4. Or sometimes you just have a bunch of smaller creatures, Thraben Inspectors in play or whatever. The +1/+1 and lifelink can be relevant too. So just a good card. We've got the Fixed Lightning Bolt, or Lightning Strike, as they like to call it. Just basically Lightning Bolt that costs an extra mana. But in Frontier, it's a little bit slower than Modern, so Lightning Strike will probably be fine. And then we've got 2 Treasure Cruises. Not running the full 4, just because this deck doesn't put a lot of cards into the graveyard. It's primarily creature-based. But I mean, we do have like some fetch lands. We have Smuggler's Copter that's going to be cycling some cards, and I'm assuming our creatures are going to be dying at some point. So we don't want to like flood out on this effect, but it is a really good card to just kind of like reboost our hand with some action. Coming over here to the sideboard, so we've got a few things to shore up some matchups. We've got 2 Kozilek's Return. Good sweeper against all these, like, there's a bunch of goblins decks running around with a bunch of 1/1s and stuff, so having a few sweepers is pretty good. And again, if we have a Selfless Spirit out, we can save, the rest of our team when we do cast it to wrath their board. We got 3 Fiery Impulse, so just an efficient removal. It's good against Jace, those sorts of things. We've got 2 Smash Smithereens, which, if Copter's a thing in the format, is just a good answer. 2 mana, get in for some damage, which is kind of what the main goal of this deck is to burn out the opponent. We've got 2 more Treasure Cruises, just for those super grindy matchups. Maybe matchups where they have a lot of life gain, if they're running like a lot of Kalidases, that sort of thing, and like our Lightning Strikes aren't going to be very good, and we're going to be going to a longer game. We can just sort of jam 4 cruises and cruise our way to victory. We've got 2 Dispels, just another solid card against Encounter Wars, or if they're playing Dig Through Times, those sorts of things. Dispel's a solid card. 2 Negates, again, just a kind of good catch-all. It's good against like Gideon, Smuggler's Copters, those sorts of things. And then 2 Disdainful Strokes. Again, there's lots of cards that cost 4 or greater. There's like Gear Hulks, Dig Through Times, Treasure Cruises, a bunch of other ones like Gideon that I'm probably forgetting to mention. But there you guys have it. Here's the list. It looks like it should be a blast. And like I said, there's nothing on the line with these games. So some of the opponents, whenever you're playing in a casual game with nothing on the line, they might, not take it seriously or whatever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to play a ton of games and record them all. And then I'll try to go through them and pick the most interesting or competitive games out of the set that I record and bring them to you guys. So we'll see you guys in the first round.